Hey guys, and welcome back to RHINOjoe Outdoors. And in today's episode, what we're going to do is I am going to prepare trout the exact same way, but the only difference is I'm going to cook one in an air fryer and I'm going to do one in the oven, and we're going to see which one I like better coming up, so stay tuned. So first of all, let me grab my trout. I've already cleaned it and it's in the fridge ready to get started. All right, so here we are with my trout. You know, I caught this yesterday, and if you're curious how I caught that, I will link at the end of this video where I actually caught these trout. But the next thing that I'm gonna get is very important, and it has become one of my favorite spices that I have found, and that is this right here. Let me get it to focus here. This Dan-O's spicy seasoning is delicious. If you've never had it, it's super good. It's actually made here in Louisville, Kentucky, but I will link it down below because it is one of my favorite spices that I have been using as of recent. So the next thing that I need to get is I'm gonna get some butter, and then I'm gonna get some lemon from the fridge. All right, so here I have half of a lemon that I already had cut up, and then I just got a stick of butter. So we're gonna get to it. I'm gonna get some aluminum foil and start preparing this fish. I got my aluminum foil, or aluminium foil if you over and across the pond there. So I've got this towel laid down here. It just makes it super clean whenever I get done. I can just take this, go throw it in the washer, and then I'm good to go. So first I'm gonna lay down my aluminum foil, and I'm gonna get a pretty good sized sheet here. Set that to the side. And then what we're gonna do is get our fish. So I got my fish here in my Ziploc bag, and we're gonna get it. And like I said, we are just going to, ooh, slippery. We are gonna prepare it the exact same way for both of these two pieces of trout here. So since these have been sitting here in this bag, I am going to go ahead and take them and rinse them off in the sink real fast. And there's that one. Get down, get down, get down. All right, so now that I got that, what I'm going to do is I like to use avocado oil, but you can use olive oil or whatever you like. What I'm going to do is use this to cover these fish so that the seasoning is going to stick to it, and then it'll also help it whenever it comes to staying moist as it goes through the cooking process. Put a little bit on there, put a little bit inside, and then I'm just going to use my hands to get this all over these trout. So next I'm going to take this Dan-O's seasoning, and I'm going to generously cover the outside and the inside of both of the fish. Generously. I'm just a generous kind of guy. There we go. And the inside. So next I've got my lemon here. I'm going to slice it up into little wedges so that I can put it on the inside of the fish. There's that. The bigger one is going to be the one that I bake, and then the smaller one's going to be one that I put in the air fryer. Now that I have the lemon prepared, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a little slice of butter for each of the pieces of fish, and I'm actually going to break it in half here. And what I'm going to do is place it inside the fish, and then place in a piece of that lemon, just kind of tuck it in there. And same thing with this one. Put the little piece of butter in there, broken in half, and then put in the piece of lemon. So what that's going to do is that's going to keep the inside of that fish really moist with the juices from the lemon and then also the butter. It's going to make it super easy to eat. So now that I've got that done, what I'm going to do is get a paper towel, and I'm going to move the piece of fish that I'm going to put in the air fryer just to the paper towel. So then I've got this one by itself, and all I'm going to do with this one is I got these extra pieces of lemon, and I'm just going to wrap them up with this. And turn it this way. And then we are just going to fold in the edges and then fold this up and fold this up, make a little pouch for my trout there. So that one's ready to go. So now I'm gonna go ahead and preheat the oven, and I'm gonna preheat it to 400 degrees for the baked piece of trout. Now that I got that going, and I do like to go ahead and preheat my air fryer, so we're gonna do that also. We're gonna hit power on. We're gonna use the first basket over here, so air fry at 390. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna air fry that fish for about 10 minutes. And so we're gonna let it preheat for 3, so I'm set it to 13. So we'll wait till that gets down to 10 minutes and then we'll throw that piece of trout in there. Now, as far as the baked piece of trout goes, once that gets preheated to 400 degrees, the oven does, then I'm gonna put that in there. It can take anywhere, depending on the size of the fish, from anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes, depending on how big that piece of fish is. If you open it up and it doesn't look all the way done, then just put it right back in. I think the last one I did was in there for about 15 minutes. All right guys, so we are at 10 minutes on the air fryer. So I got my piece of fish here and I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out. It's been preheated and I'm just gonna place it gently down in there and push it back in and let that cook for 10 minutes. I am still waiting on the oven to preheat, so once that's done, we'll throw that other piece of fish in there. All right guys, so the oven is ready, so I'm gonna place this other piece of nicely packaged fish in the oven. All right, and before I get to the reveal, let me know in the comments below which one you think is gonna turn out better. Say, my guess is, and then let me know and we'll see. So let's let these cook and then we'll come right back. All right, so while I got that going, I'm actually gonna make my little side dish here. And I've actually used more of this Dano's on some zucchini squash here. And I'm just gonna grill it up because it's gonna be a great pairing with these two different types of trout. So this just finished. It's on the cooling stage, but what I want to do is see what it looks like. Let's do a little bit of a reveal here. Oh man, that looks good. I'm going to go ahead and get it on a plate and get the other one out also. So I just got this one out of the oven. You can see both these look really good here. But we're gonna go over to the table and I'm gonna sit down and we're gonna try these out and see which one I like better. Let me grab a fork here. All right, so let's sit down and we're gonna try these out and see which one we like better. So the first one I'm gonna try here is I'm gonna try the air fried version. If you look at these two, you can tell quite the difference. This one's got a really kind of crispy layer on the outside. This one's got a little bit more moist. So the air fried version, I'm just gonna get into it here. You can tell that skin's got quite a bit more of a crispy nature to it. Really good flavor. I really do like that texture from the skin, how it's just crispier. So now let's try the baked one. Get into it here. You can tell it's just a lot more moist when you dig into it. Flavor is delicious. All right, so you saw it there. Quite a bit of difference between these two types of fish, prepared basically the exact same way, just one cooked in the air fryer, one cooked in the oven. And if you had to guess, which one do you think that I like better? Well, drum roll please. I am more of a fan of the oven baked. I feel like it has a really good flavor. It's a lot easier to pull the meat off of the tiny bones that are in these like smaller trout. It's got, you know, just a moist nature and it's just really good. It's not to say that I don't like the air fried fish, but it's just you know, it's got that texture to the skin, which is kind of cool. But I feel like overall for ease of eating, especially with these smaller trout, I really like to bake it. Let me know in the comments if you've ever air fried or baked trout and which one you like better. And don't forget to check out that Dano seasoning. I'm gonna link it in the description below. And as always, guys, don't forget to get outside, do something awesome, and take somebody with you if you get a chance. And I appreciate you guys watching this video. And while you're at it, check out one of these other videos that I have linked here. And hope you all have a blessed day and are just making the most of every day of your life.